Do you think your life is heading in the right direction? Think again. There are killer habits lurking in the shadows, ready to shatter your dreams and your future. They are invisible enemies, infiltrating your daily life, leading you astray without you even knowing it. It's time we confront these life-destroying behaviors and reclaim our destiny before it's too late. Are you ready to face the truth? Have you ever felt like your life is spiraling out of control without being able to pinpoint the cause? I've been there. A few years ago, I was caught in a web of toxic habits that were slowly but surely ruining my life. Fortunately, I recognized these behaviors before they completely derailed me. It wasn't easy, but identifying and changing these negative patterns saved me from a path of pain and regret. One morning, I woke up feeling more tired than ever, even though I'd had enough sleep. I was constantly stressed, irritable, and felt disconnected from my loved ones. My health was deteriorating, my finances were a mess, and my career was stagnant. It was a wake-up call I couldn't ignore. I began to scrutinize my daily habits and behaviors, and what I found was eye-opening. I realized I was trapped in a cycle of toxic habits that were draining my energy, sabotaging my happiness, and preventing me from reaching my true potential. These habits were very clever. They crept into my life quietly, but their impact was profound. Recognizing these destructive behaviors was the first step in reclaiming my life. It's been a difficult journey, but by confronting these habits and making conscious changes, I was able to turn things around. Today, I want to share these insights with you. Here are the toxic habits that almost ruined my life and will ruin yours if you don't stop them right now. Habit number 1, surrounding yourself with yes people. In my quest for validation and acceptance, I surrounded myself with people who never challenged me, never questioned my decisions, and always agreed with whatever I said. It felt good to always hear yes and have my ideas constantly reinforced. However, this comfort came at a high price. I vividly remember the moment I realized the damage this was causing. I had presented a project at work that I was convinced would be a major breakthrough. My team, made up entirely of yes people, praised my every word and assured me it was a brilliant idea. But when the project failed miserably, I was left to face the harsh truth alone. My team had seen the flaws but chose to remain silent, not wanting to upset or displease me. The problem with surrounding yourself with yes people is that you create an echo chamber, a bubble where only your thoughts and ideas are validated. This stunts growth and blinds you to potential pitfalls. You become complacent, believing you're always right and that your decisions are flawless. The lack of constructive criticism and differing perspectives means that you never improve, and your mistakes go unchecked until they explode in your face. A prime example can be found in the story of King Lear in Shakespeare's tragedy. King Lear banished his daughter, who dared speak the truth, and surrounded himself with sycophants. His constant need for validation led to his downfall as he became blind to the true nature of his situation until it was too late. Like Lear, I learned the hard way that true friends and valuable team members are those who challenge you, point out your blind spots, and help you grow by offering honest feedback. The truth is, growth comes from challenge, and wisdom comes from diverse perspectives. Surrounding yourself with people who only say what you want to hear is a shortcut to disaster. Embrace those who challenge you, push you to think differently, and aren't afraid to disagree with you. It's in these honest, sometimes uncomfortable interactions that true progress is made. By welcoming constructive criticism and valuing the input of those with differing opinions, you can avoid the pitfalls of complacency and build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Don't let the comfort of constant agreement lull you into a false sense of security. Seek out the voices that push you to be better, and you'll find yourself on the path to real growth and success. Habit number 2, taking everything personally. For a long time, I was overly sensitive to the words and actions of others. Every comment, every piece of feedback, every joke aimed in my direction felt like a personal attack. I would spend hours ruminating over perceived slights, questioning my self-worth, and feeling unfairly criticized. This habit of taking everything personally exhausted me emotionally and severely impacted my relationships and my work. I remember one specific instance at work where my manager provided some constructive criticism on a project I had worked on for weeks. Instead of seeing it as an opportunity to improve, I saw it as a direct assault on my abilities and worth. I became defensive, shut down the discussion, and harbored resentment toward my manager. This not only damaged our professional relationship, but also hindered my professional development. Taking everything personally is like carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders. It burdens you, making it hard to move forward. When you perceive every comment or action as a personal attack, you lose the ability to see things objectively. You become overly defensive, insecure, and less open to feedback and growth. A parallel example can be found in the classic tale of The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. The pauper Tom Canty was thrust into the life of a prince and struggled with the constant scrutiny and criticism that came with it. Initially, he took every comment and criticism personally, feeling overwhelmed and unworthy. Only when he learned to look beyond his insecurities and understand the intention behind the feedback did he begin to grow into his role and gain confidence. The truth is, not everything is about you. People's actions and words are often a reflection of their own experiences, thoughts, and emotions. By taking everything personally, you're making yourself the center of a universe that isn't solely focused on you. This perspective not only distorts reality, but also prevents you from understanding the true context of situations. Learning to take a step back and look at things objectively can be incredibly liberating. It allows you to separate your self-worth from external opinions and actions. When you stop taking everything personally, you become open to constructive criticism and different points of view. You become more resilient, adaptable, and better able to grow. In my own journey, once I learned to let go of this habit, I saw significant improvements in my mental well-being and my relationships. I began to view feedback as a tool for improvement, rather than an attack on my character. I became more empathetic, understanding that people's actions and words often had more to do with them than with me. This shift in perspective made a significant difference, leading to healthier interactions and a more confident, balanced me. By not taking everything personally, you give yourself the freedom to grow, learn, and build more meaningful connections. Embrace this change and you'll find yourself far more resilient and at peace in an often chaotic world. Habit number 3, spending lavishly. In my earlier years, financial wisdom was not my forte. I lived for the present, spending money as soon as I got it, without much thought for the future. The allure of instant gratification led me down a path of lavish spending, leaving me in a precarious financial situation that nearly ruined my life. One of my most eye-opening moments was when I was hit with an unexpected medical bill. I had no savings, no financial cushion to fall back on. The anxiety and stress were overwhelming, and I realized that my financial habits had left me vulnerable. I was constantly living paycheck to paycheck, indulging in every shopping impulse and expensive night out, thinking happiness could be bought. Lavish spending is not just about money, it's also about mindset. It's the belief that material possessions and fleeting pleasures will bring lasting happiness. This mindset traps you in a cycle of consumption, always chasing the next thrill, the next shiny object, never truly feeling satisfied. The temporary high of a new purchase quickly fades, leaving you with a growing debt and a sense of emptiness. A parallel example can be found in the story of the prodigal son in the Bible. The younger son demanded his inheritance early and squandered it on a life of debauchery. He soon found himself in poverty, facing the harsh reality of his poor choices. It was only after hitting rock bottom that he realized the importance of living prudently and returned home to rebuild his life. The truth is, financial stability is not just about money, it's about freedom and peace of mind. When you spend lavishly, you sacrifice your future security for temporary pleasures. You become a slave to debt, living in constant fear of the next financial crisis. This habit erodes your ability to invest in meaningful experiences and long-term goals, trapping you in a cycle of short-term thinking. Lavish spending can also put a strain on relationships. When you are constantly worried about money, it affects your interactions with others. You might feel ashamed or guilty, and these feelings can lead to stress and conflict. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of relationship breakdowns, highlighting the importance of managing finances wisely. Changing this habit requires a shift in mindset. It involves recognizing the value of money as a tool for stability and opportunity rather than a means to instant gratification. Start by creating a budget and sticking to it. Track your spending and identify areas where you can cut back. Prioritize saving and investing for your future over succumbing to the allure of fleeting pleasures. In my own journey towards financial health, I started to appreciate the satisfaction that came from saving and planning. I began to build an emergency fund, invest in experiences that enriched my life, and set long-term financial goals. This shift not only improved my financial situation, but also brought a sense of control and peace that I had never experienced before. By curbing lavish spending, you unlock the doors to financial freedom and stability. You gain the ability to face life's unexpected challenges with confidence and to invest in the things that truly matter. Embrace this change and you will find a deeper and longer-lasting sense of satisfaction that far surpasses material possessions. Habit number 4, nurturing resentment. For a long time, I struggled with nurturing resentment. I held on to past grievances and allowed them to fester, convinced that my anger and bitterness were justified. I thought that by holding on to these feelings, I was somehow protecting myself from being hurt again, but in reality, I was only hurting myself. I remember a particularly painful experience with a close friend who had betrayed my trust. Instead of addressing the issue and trying to resolve it, I allowed my resentment to grow. Every interaction with this person became tainted by my bitterness. I would replay the incident in my head, adding fuel to my fire of anger. This resentment consumed my thoughts and energy, making it hard to focus on anything else. A parallel example can be found in classic literature, such as in Herman Melville's Moby Dick. Captain Ahab's obsession with the white whale, Moby Dick, symbolizes his deep-seated resentment and desire for revenge. This obsession consumed him, leading to his downfall and the destruction of his crew. Ahab's inability to let go of his hatred clouded his judgment and ultimately destroyed him. The truth is, nurturing resentment only hurts you. The person you resent may not even be aware of your feelings, or they may have moved on with their lives, while you remain stuck, reliving the pain and allowing it to dictate your emotions and actions. This prevents you from experiencing true happiness and personal growth. Letting go of resentment requires a conscious effort to forgive and move on. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning the hurtful behavior or forgetting what happened. It means freeing yourself from the burden of bitterness. It involves acknowledging your pain, expressing your feelings, and then choosing to release them. In my own journey, learning to let go of resentment made a profound difference. I began by writing out my feelings and then tearing up the paper as a symbolic act of release. I also sought out activities that brought me joy and focused on building positive relationships. Over time, I found that my energy returned, my stress levels diminished, and I was able to approach life with a renewed sense of optimism. A practical approach to overcoming resentment is to practice empathy. Try to understand the perspective of the person who has hurt you. This does not justify their behavior, but it can help you view the situation more objectively. Another method is to focus on gratitude. Reflecting on the positive aspects of your life can shift your mindset from bitterness to appreciation. By letting go of resentment, you reclaim your power and peace of mind. You become open to new experiences and relationships, unburdened by past hurts. Embrace forgiveness and release the grip that resentment has on you. This will lead to a more fulfilling, peaceful, and joyful life. Habit number 5, procrastination. Procrastination was a habit that nearly derailed my ambitions and dreams. I have always been a master of putting things off, convincing myself that I work better under pressure or that I need the perfect moment to start. This constant deferment of tasks created a snowball effect, leading to stress, missed opportunities, and a pervasive sense of guilt. One vivid memory stands out from my college years. I had a major essay that was significant to my final grade. Instead of starting early and gradually completing it, I kept putting it off. Day after day, week after week, and before I knew it, the deadline was fast approaching. The night before the essay was due, I found myself in a panic, staying up all night to produce a mediocre submission. The stress was unbearable, and the quality of my work suffered severely. I received a poor grade, which significantly impacted my overall academic performance for the semester. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure, fear of not being perfect, or even fear of success. This fear paralyzes us, making it easier to avoid tasks than to face the potential outcomes. However, the relief that comes from avoiding a task is only temporary. Deadlines loom, and the mounting workload only increases anxiety and stress, creating a vicious cycle of avoidance and regret. A parallel example can be found in the story of the ant and the grasshopper in Aesop's fable. The ant worked diligently throughout the summer to prepare for winter, while the grasshopper procrastinated, enjoying the present without thinking of the future. When winter arrived, the grasshopper found himself unprepared and struggled to survive. This story illustrates the consequences of procrastination and the benefits of proactive preparation. The truth is, procrastination not only undermines productivity, but also erodes our self-esteem and mental well-being. Each instance of procrastination reinforces a negative self-image, making us feel incapable and unreliable. This can lead to a lack of confidence, further perpetuating the cycle of procrastination and avoidance. Breaking the habit of procrastination requires a shift in mindset and the implementation of effective strategies. One approach is to break down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. This makes the task seem less daunting and provides a sense of accomplishment with each step completed. Another strategy is to set specific deadlines for each part of the task, creating a sense of urgency and structure. In my own journey of overcoming procrastination, I started using a technique called the Pomodoro technique. This involves working continuously for 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, you take a longer break. This method helped me to stay focused and made large tasks seem less overwhelming. I also found that setting clear and achievable goals for each day helped me to stay on track and provided a sense of accomplishment. Accountability can also play a significant role. Sharing your goals with a friend or colleague and providing regular updates can motivate you to stay on course. Knowing that someone else is aware of your commitments can create a sense of responsibility and encourage timely completion. By conquering procrastination, you free yourself from the stress and guilt caused by last-minute scrambles. You gain greater control of your time, allowing you to produce higher quality work and enjoy a more balanced life. Embrace a proactive approach, and you will find that you can achieve more with less stress and greater satisfaction. Habit number 6, overcommitting and underdelivering. For a significant portion of my life, I was a chronic overcommitter, driven by a desire to please others and a fear of missing out. I would say yes to almost every request that came my way. My intentions were good, wanting to be helpful and involved, but this habit of overcommitting quickly became a recipe for stress, disappointment, and strained relationships. One instance stands out in my memory where I took on multiple projects at work simultaneously, while also promising to help friends with their personal endeavors and volunteering for community events. Initially, I felt a sense of accomplishment and importance, thinking that I could handle it all. However, as deadlines approached and responsibilities piled up, I found myself overwhelmed and unable to fulfill my commitments. The consequences were significant. My work projects suffered, leading to poor results and missed deadlines. My friends were disappointed that I couldn't deliver on my promises, and my community involvement became half-hearted. I was constantly stressed, exhausted, and plagued by feelings of guilt for not following through on my commitments. The cycle of overcommitting and under-delivering not only impacted my productivity, but also damaged my reputation and self-esteem. Overcommitting often stems from a desire to be seen as capable and reliable, but ironically, it often leads to the opposite. When you take on too much, the quality of your work suffers, and you risk failing to meet expectations. This habit not only affects your professional life, but also puts a strain on personal relationships as people start to see you as unreliable and inconsistent. A parallel example can be found in the character of Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. During her third year at Hogwarts, Hermione used a time turner to attend an impossible number of classes, believing that she could manage it all. Despite her best efforts, her overloaded schedule led to significant stress and exhaustion, illustrating the dangers of overcommitting even for someone as talented and hardworking as Hermione. The truth is, overcommitting and underdelivering creates a cycle of stress, disappointment, and diminished trust. To break this cycle, it's essential to learn the art of setting boundaries and managing expectations. Recognizing your limits and being honest about what you can realistically accomplish is crucial to maintain your well-being and credibility. An effective strategy is to prioritize your commitments. Evaluate each request and consider its importance and impact before agreeing to it. It's okay to say no or negotiate deadlines to ensure that you can deliver quality work. By focusing on fewer commitments, you can dedicate your energy to each one instead of spreading yourself too thin. In my own journey of overcoming this habit, I learned the value of saying no and setting clear priorities. I started by listing all my commitments and assessing which ones aligned with my goals and values. I also started communicating more transparently with my colleagues and friends about my availability and capacity. This not only reduced my stress levels, but also improved the quality of my work and strengthened my relationships. Another helpful approach is to underpromise and overdeliver. By setting realistic expectations and then exceeding them, you build a reputation for reliability and excellence. This approach helps manage the expectations of others and provides a buffer for unexpected challenges that may arise. However, as deadlines approached and responsibilities piled up, I found myself overwhelmed and unable to fulfill my commitments. The consequences were significant. My work projects suffered, leading to poor results and missed deadlines. My friends were disappointed that I couldn't deliver on my promises, and my community involvement became half-hearted. I was constantly stressed, exhausted, and plagued by feelings of guilt for not following through on my commitments. The cycle of overcommitting and underdelivering not only impacted my productivity, but also damaged my reputation and self-esteem. Overcommitting often stems from a desire to be seen as capable and reliable, but ironically, it often leads to the opposite. When you take on too much, the quality of your work suffers, and you risk failing to meet expectations. This habit not only affects your professional life, but also puts a strain on personal relationships as people start to see you as unreliable and inconsistent. A parallel example can be found in the character of Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. During her third year at Hogwarts, Hermione used a time turner to attend an impossible number of classes, believing that she could manage it all. Despite her best efforts, her overloaded schedule led to significant stress and exhaustion, illustrating the dangers of overcommitting even for someone as talented and hardworking as Hermione. The truth is, overcommitting and underdelivering creates a cycle of stress, disappointment, and diminished trust. To break this cycle, it's essential to learn the art of setting boundaries and managing expectations. Recognizing your limits and being honest about what you can realistically accomplish is crucial to maintain your well-being and credibility. An effective strategy is to prioritize your commitments. Evaluate each request and consider its importance and impact before agreeing to it. It's okay to say no or negotiate deadlines to ensure that you can deliver quality work. By focusing on fewer commitments, you can dedicate your energy to each one instead of spreading yourself too thin. In my own journey of overcoming this habit, I learned the value of saying no and setting clear priorities. I started by listing all my commitments and assessing which ones aligned with my goals and values. I also started communicating more transparently with my colleagues and friends about my availability and capacity. This not only reduced my stress levels, but also improved the quality of my work and strengthened my relationships. Another helpful approach is to underpromise and overdeliver. By setting realistic expectations and then exceeding them, you build a reputation for reliability and excellence. This approach helps manage the expectations of others and provides a buffer for unexpected challenges that may arise. This mindset can lead to missed opportunities because you are less likely to take control of your destiny and more likely to let potential opportunities pass you by. It can also create a false sense of helplessness, making you feel that you have no control over your outcomes. A parallel example can be found in the story of the fisherman and his wife from the Brothers Grimm. In the story, a poor fisherman catches a magical fish that grants wishes. Each time the fisherman's wife gets something, she becomes greedier, relying on the fish to fulfill her desires rather than trying to improve their circumstances. Her dependence on luck and her constant demands eventually led to their downfall when the magical fish took back everything, leaving them worse off than they were before. The truth is, success is typically the result of hard work, perseverance, and strategic action rather than mere luck. While luck may play a small role, it is not a reliable foundation on which to build your future. Relying on luck fosters passivity and excuses, preventing you from developing the skills and mindset necessary for long-term success. To break free from this destructive habit, it's important to adopt a proactive approach. Set clear goals and develop a plan to achieve them. Focus on what you can control and take consistent, deliberate actions towards your goals. This means putting in the effort, learning from failures, and continuously improving your skills and knowledge. In my own journey, shifting from relying on luck to focusing on hard work and perseverance made a profound difference. I started setting small, achievable goals and held myself accountable for meeting them. Instead of waiting for a publisher to discover me, I dedicated time each day to write, refine my manuscript, and seek feedback. This proactive approach not only improved my writing abilities, but also opened new opportunities that I would have missed if I had continued to rely on luck. Another practical step is to cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace challenges, learn from criticism, and persevere in the face of setbacks. Recognize that success is a process rather than an event, and that each step you take brings you closer to your goals. Additionally, networking and building relationships can create opportunities that might appear to be luck, but are, in fact, the result of your efforts to connect with others. By engaging with people in your field, attending events, and being open to new experiences, you increase your chances of encountering opportunities that can help you succeed. Relying on luck undermines your potential and keeps you in a state of passivity. By adopting a proactive approach, setting goals, and working diligently towards them, you can create your own opportunities and achieve success on your own terms. Embrace the power of hard work and determination, and you will find that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Habit number 8, avoiding responsibility. Avoiding responsibility was a significant problem for me. Whenever something went wrong, my first instinct was to blame others or make excuses rather than taking ownership of my mistakes. This habit of avoiding responsibility not only hindered personal growth, but also strained relationships and damaged my reputation. I remember one incident at work where I was tasked with leading a team project. Midway through, we encountered some unforeseen difficulties that slowed our progress. Instead of taking responsibility and finding solutions, I blamed my team members and external factors. I refused to acknowledge my role in poor management. This not only demotivated the team, but also led to a loss of trust and respect. My avoidance of responsibility became a major obstacle to our success. Avoiding responsibility can stem from a fear of failure or a desire to protect one's self-image. However, this mindset prevents you from learning and growing. When you refuse to acknowledge your mistakes, you miss out on valuable lessons that can help you improve. Additionally, it fosters a culture of blame, creating an environment of distrust and dysfunction. A parallel example can be found in the character of Holden Caulfield from J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye. Holden consistently blames others for his problems and avoids taking responsibility for his actions. His inability to face his own shortcomings and take ownership of his life leads to a cycle of alienation and dissatisfaction. The truth is, taking responsibility is essential for personal development and effective leadership. When you take ownership of your actions and their consequences, you demonstrate integrity and maturity. This not only earns you respect, but also empowers you to make positive changes. Accepting responsibility allows you to learn from your mistakes, develop resilience, and build stronger, more trusting relationships. To overcome the habit of avoiding responsibility, it's important to adopt a mindset of accountability. Start by acknowledging your role in any situation, especially when things go wrong. Reflect on what you could have done differently and how you can improve in the future. This self-awareness is the first step towards growth. In my own journey towards embracing responsibility, I started by practicing self-reflection. After any significant event, I would take time to evaluate my actions and decisions, identifying areas where I could have acted differently. This practice made me more aware of my tendency to avoid responsibility and provided me with the insights needed to change. Another effective strategy is to seek feedback from others. Encourage your colleagues, friends, or family members to provide honest feedback on your behavior. This external perspective can help you see blind spots and areas for improvement that you might not have noticed on your own. Additionally, setting clear goals and holding yourself accountable for your progress is essential. When you commit to specific goals, you create a sense of responsibility for your actions and their outcomes. Track your progress regularly and hold yourself accountable for achieving your goals. A practical approach is to create a habit of making amends when you make a mistake or fail to meet expectations. Offer a sincere apology and take corrective actions. This demonstrates your commitment to responsibility and helps rebuild trust with those affected by your actions. Avoiding responsibility undermines your potential and creates a vicious cycle of blame and dysfunction. By embracing accountability, you unlock the doors to personal growth, stronger relationships, and greater success. Take ownership of your actions, learn from your mistakes, and commit to continuous improvement. This shift will lead to a more fulfilling and empowered life. Habit number 9, neglecting your health. For many years, I placed my health on the back burner, prioritizing work, social activities, and other obligations over my well-being. I believed I could get away with neglecting my physical and mental health because I was young and seemingly resilient. However, my disregard for my health eventually caught up with me, leading to a wake-up call that changed my perspective forever. One particularly memorable incident occurred when I was working long hours on a critical project. I was living on junk food, barely sleeping, and completely ignoring exercise. I was constantly stressed and exhausted, but I kept pushing, thinking that after the project was over, I could recover. One day, I experienced a sharp pain in my chest and collapsed at work. I was rushed to the hospital and diagnosed with severe exhaustion and warned about potential heart problems if I didn't change my lifestyle. Neglecting your health is like driving a car without regular maintenance. It might run for a while, but it will eventually break down. Your body and mind need regular care and attention to function optimally. Neglecting your health can lead to chronic illnesses, mental health issues, and a significant reduction in your quality of life. It affects your productivity, your relationships, and your overall happiness. A parallel example can be found in the life of Steve Jobs. Despite his incredible success and innovative contributions, Jobs often neglected his health. He delayed medical treatment for his cancer, opting for alternative methods instead. By the time he sought conventional treatment, the cancer had progressed significantly. This story highlights the importance of prioritizing health and seeking timely medical care. The truth is, your health is your most valuable asset. Without it, everything else becomes secondary. No amount of success, wealth, or social acclaim can compensate for poor health. Taking care of your body and mind must be a non-negotiable priority, as it enables you to perform at your best in all aspects of life. To break free from the habit of neglecting your health, it's essential to integrate self-care into your daily routine. Start by making small, sustainable changes that can have a significant impact over time. This might include eating a balanced diet, incorporating regular physical activity, getting enough sleep, and managing stress effectively. In my own journey of prioritizing health, I began by setting realistic goals. I started with simple changes like taking short walks during my breaks, drinking more water, and choosing healthier snacks. Gradually, I incorporated more structured exercise, improved my diet, and developed a regular sleep schedule. These changes significantly improved my energy levels, mood, and overall well-being. Another practical step is to schedule regular health checkups. Preventative care is crucial for early detection of potential problems and addressing them before they become severe. Make a point of seeing your doctor, dentist, and other health professionals on a regular basis. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or other stress reduction techniques to maintain your mental well-being. Don't hesitate to seek help from a therapist or counselor if you are struggling with mental health issues. Building a support system of friends and family can also provide emotional support and help you stay accountable for your health goals. A practical approach to maintaining good health is to create a balanced routine that includes time for work, rest, exercise, and recreation. Avoid overcommitting and make sure that you have time to recharge. This balanced approach helps to prevent burnout and keeps you in optimal condition. Neglecting your health undermines your potential and diminishes your quality of life. By prioritizing self-care and making consistent healthy choices, you can enhance your physical and mental well-being, leading to greater success and happiness. Remember, your health is the foundation on which all other achievements are built. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. Habit number 10, surrounding yourself with negative influences. Throughout my life, I often found myself in the company of people who were consistently negative. They would complain about their jobs, criticize others, and focus on what was wrong in their lives instead of what was right. At first, I didn't think much of it, believing that their negativity wouldn't affect me. However, I soon realized that their pessimism was slowly but surely seeping into my own thinking and behavior. One instance stands out in my memory. I had just started a new job and was eager to make a positive impression and contribute meaningfully. However, I quickly befriended a group of colleagues who were highly critical of our boss and constantly complaining about their workloads. Initially, I participated, thinking it was a harmless way to vent, but over time, I noticed that my enthusiasm for the job had diminished, and I started dreading going to work. My productivity declined, and my interactions with other colleagues and my boss became strained. Surrounding yourself with negative influences can subtly and significantly impact your perspective and behavior. When you are constantly exposed to complaints, criticisms, and negative remarks, it can shape your outlook and lower your morale. You start to adopt a similar mindset, finding fault in situations and people rather than focusing on solutions and positivity. This negative energy can hinder your growth, creativity, and overall happiness. A parallel example can be found in the character of George Bailey from the classic film It's a Wonderful Life. George's dreams and optimism were consistently undermined by Mr. Potter, a miserly businessman who constantly belittled George's efforts and aspirations. It was only when George surrounded himself with supportive friends and family that he realized the true value of his contributions and found joy in his life. The truth is, the people you associate with play a crucial role in shaping your mindset and therefore your life. If you surround yourself with negativity, it will inevitably drag you down. Conversely, surrounding yourself with positive, supportive, and inspiring individuals can uplift you, motivate you, and help you achieve your goals. To break free from the habit of surrounding yourself with negative influences, it's essential to evaluate your current relationships and social circles. Reflect on how the people you spend the most time with affect your mood, thinking, and behavior. Are they supportive and encouraging, or do they tend to pull you down with their negativity? In my own journey towards creating a more positive environment, I started by gradually distancing myself from the most negative influences in my life. It wasn't easy, especially as some of these individuals were longtime friends or colleagues. However, I knew that for the sake of my well-being and growth, I needed to make a change. Next, I actively sought out and cultivated relationships with people who were positive, motivated, and supportive. I joined professional groups, attended networking events, and reconnected with old friends who had a positive outlook on life. These new connections provided a breath of fresh air and helped me to regain my enthusiasm and motivation. Another practical step is to create a positive mental environment. Engage in activities that lift your spirits and expand your horizons. This could include reading inspirational books, listening to motivational podcasts, practicing gratitude, and meditating. By filling your mind with positive and empowering content, you can counteract the negative influences around you. Finally, be mindful of your own behavior and mindset. Strive to be a source of positivity for others. Encourage, support, and uplift those around you. This will not only improve your mindset, but also foster a more positive environment. Surrounding yourself with negative influences can significantly impact your mental and emotional well-being. By consciously choosing to associate with positive, supportive individuals and engaging in uplifting activities, you can transform your mindset and create a more fulfilling and successful life. Remember, the people you associate with shape who you are. Choose wisely and strive to be a beacon of positivity in your own life and in the lives of others. Looking back at the habits that nearly ruined my life, I realize how fortunate I was to recognize them and make changes before it was too late. It's so easy to fall into these detrimental patterns, often without realizing the long-term damage they can cause. Each habit we've discussed, surrounding yourself with yes people, taking everything personally, spending lavishly, nurturing resentment, procrastination, overcommitting and under-delivering, relying on luck, avoiding responsibility, neglecting your health, and surrounding yourself with negative influences, has the potential to derail your success and happiness if left unchecked. My personal experiences are a reminder that we have the power to change our habits and consequently our lives. Recognizing these habits is the first step towards transformation. It's crucial to replace these destructive behaviors with positive ones that promote growth, resilience, and fulfillment. For instance, instead of surrounding yourself with yes people, seek out individuals who challenge you constructively and inspire you to be better. Learn to accept constructive criticism without taking it personally, using it as a tool for improvement rather than a source of insecurity. Practice conscious spending, focusing on investments that bring value to your life and future. Let go of resentment and practice forgiveness, understanding that nurturing bitterness only harms you. Embrace action over procrastination, breaking down tasks into manageable steps to keep you moving forward. When it comes to commitments, be realistic about what you can accomplish and always strive to deliver on your promises. Don't wait for luck to change your circumstances. Take proactive steps to create the opportunities you desire. Take responsibility for your actions and their consequences, learning from both successes and failures. Prioritize your health, understanding that it's the foundation on which all other achievements are built. Finally, choose to surround yourself with positive influences that encourage and support your growth. Making these changes requires effort and dedication, but the rewards are invaluable. You'll find yourself more productive, happier, and in better relationships with those around you. Your sense of purpose will become clearer and your path to success more achievable. Remember that life is a series of choices. The habits you cultivate today will shape your future. By making the conscious decision to eliminate these destructive habits and replace them with positive ones, you pave the way for a more fulfilling and successful life. It's never too late to start. Begin today and witness your life transform in ways you never thought possible. Embrace the power of positive change and let it guide you toward the life you've always dreamed of. And here's the most important thing. Change isn't a singular event, but an ongoing journey. There will be times when you feel discouraged, when old habits try to pull you back. Don't let these minor setbacks dishearten you. It's important to persist. Remember why you started and keep moving towards your goals. Treat each challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. Celebrate your small victories as they reinforce your commitment and keep you motivated to continue. To make this journey easier, seek out support. Share your goals with friends, family, or a mentor who can offer you encouragement, accountability, and valuable insights. Join communities or support groups where you can connect with others who share your goals and challenges. Remember, you are not alone on this journey, and there is power in unity. Remember, you are the architect of your own life. You have the power to control the habits you choose to cultivate and the future you create. Make conscious choices to prioritize your well-being, happiness, and growth. Embrace the power of positive change and watch your life unfold in ways you never thought possible. These toxic habits, they may be silently destroying you, but they are not insurmountable. With awareness, determination, and support, you can break free from their grip and build a more fulfilling, successful life. Experiences learned from my journey. I've come a long way, and the lessons I've learned along the way are invaluable. I want to share with you the core experiences to help you on your journey. Awareness is the first step. You can't change what you don't recognize. Take the time to self-reflect and scrutinize your habits and behaviors. Ask yourself the difficult questions and be honest with the answers. Once you've identified the areas that need improvement, you can begin to make changes. Consistency is key. Change doesn't happen overnight. It requires persistence and consistent effort. Don't expect perfection. Focus on making small, incremental improvements each day. Even the smallest changes, if done regularly, can have a big impact over time. Be patient with yourself. There will be times when you slip up or fall short. That's okay. The important thing is not to let these setbacks discourage you. Learn from your mistakes, adjust your plan, and keep moving forward. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would show a close friend. Focus on solutions, not problems. When you face challenges, focus on finding solutions rather than dwelling on the problem. Shift your focus from what's not working to what you can do to improve the situation. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments along the way, no matter how small they may seem. This helps to keep you motivated and encourages you to continue your journey. Don't forget to acknowledge the progress you've made. Take care of yourself. You can't make positive changes if you're not taking care of yourself. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, and exercising regularly. Don't forget to make time for relaxation and recharging. Always be learning. Life is a continuous journey of learning and growth. Never stop seeking out new knowledge, skills, and experiences. Be open to new ideas and perspectives, and always look for ways to improve yourself. Create a vision. Develop a clear vision of the future you want to create for yourself. This provides you with purpose, motivation, and a sense of direction. It also helps you to stay focused and make decisions that align with your goals. Believe in yourself. You have the power to create the life you desire. Believe in your abilities, embrace the power of change, and never give up on your dreams. These toxic habits, while they may seem small, can have a profound impact on your life. They can hinder your growth, damage your relationships, and impede your happiness. But you have the power to change. By recognizing these habits, making conscious changes, and persevering with your journey, you can break free from the cycle of negativity and create a more fulfilling and successful life. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Be compassionate with yourself, embrace change, and never give up on your dreams. The world is waiting for you to shine. Go forth and become the person you were always meant to be. I've walked this road, felt the sting of these habits, and tasted the bitterness of regret. That's why I'm sharing this with you, not as a lecture, but as a call from one human to another. I know what it feels like to be trapped, to be held back by forces you can't quite see. But I also know the incredible power that lies within you. The power to choose a different path, to break free from the past, and to build a future that is vibrant, meaningful, and entirely your own. Don't waste another day living a life that is less than what you deserve. Embrace the change that awaits you. The best version of yourself is waiting to be set free. If this resonated with you, please consider giving this a like to show your support. Sharing this message can also help others, so please pass it on. And if you want to be part of this community, subscribe and join us on the path to a better life.